Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but we're going to do an inventory update for Tesla models because there has been some shakeups. We've seen some of the models spike up in inventory. Inventory is also increasing for all Tesla models, and we've got some big, massive discounts for two of the models out there, all the way up to, I think I put in the thumbnail, like $8,900. So there are some things being shaken up at Tesla, and I imagine we're going to see more discounts as we get to the end of this month because this month is June, which is the end of the quarter. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan, but more on that later. And we've got a giveaway running on the channel right now. So if you are interested in winning this portable car refrigerator for your Tesla Model Y, definitely hit the pinned link on the live stream chat. And thank you all for joining in, dropping by this evening. Thank you for hitting the like button. It goes a long way to support the live streams in the channel. So thank you everybody that smashes the like button. So look at this. So interesting inventory numbers that are happening right now. Model S and Model X inventory is spiking up like crazy. We've got the purple for Model X. We got the blue line for Model S. So I envision some big incentives coming to the Model S and the Model X line very, very soon. We talked about 3.99% that came out last year. I think that something like that is going to be coming out very, very soon, or maybe some other big incentive. We can also see this mustard line right here is the Model Y inventory. That's starting to trend up just a little bit. So maybe the backlog of the 0.99% financing is starting to cycle through. We got Model 3 inventory, slight little upcreep, but of course the interest rates of 2.99, 1.99 are probably doing very well. And so that's probably keeping inventory down for the most part. But when you get to actual inventory out there from Tesla, this is where it gets even more interesting all the way up to an amazing $8,900 discount that we saw. So right now, Model 3, we're seeing about $1,000 to $500. So nothing too crazy, but the crazy thing, as we already talked about in the past, is that there is and are discounts on Model 3 Highland inventory. Actually, like this one right here, almost a $2,000 discount, which this is a Model Y, Model 3 rear-wheel drive with 2,000 miles on it as a demo vehicle. That might actually not be a bad deal, especially because you can get like 1.99% financing on this. Maybe that's the move, is getting one of these demo status vehicles that you can get maybe a bigger discount than 2,000, like $3,000 to $4,000, and also get that fantastic interest rate financing on it. I mean, if you're looking for a daily driver, this might be the move. Moving to Model Y, though, it gets less interesting because they're still rolling off of the hype of that 0.99% financing. So you can see all the different things here. $1,000 off, $2,000 off, maybe. No, we don't see any, just like about $1,000 off with no interest rate financing. It seems like 0.99 was the best at the end of the day, and maybe it comes back in like a 2.99 or a 3.99, but not as bigger as them before. But moving to Model S, this is where it gets super interesting. Not as interesting as the last discount that we're about to show you, but it's ramping up on very, very looking to be all the different specials out there. So Model S, we can see some of the math here and what these discounts are. I wish I had an iPad calculator with me, but 74,490 minus the 67,780. This is a $6,710 discount on a Model S demo all-wheel drive. I mean, this is still really fast. I mean, relatively just as fast as a Model 3 Performance, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. So if you were to ask me, Dennis, would you get a Model S brand new demo vehicle. You're still going to be the first owner, white with black interior, the cheap build for $67,780, or a Model 3 Performance. Of course, Model 3 Performance has got that $7,500, but let's say you don't qualify for that $7,500. It's a $55,000 vehicle. Would you get a $55,000 Model 3 Performance if you don't qualify for the $7,500, or would you get $10,000 more or $1,200 more for a Model S at $67,780? So I would say, I mean, it'd be worth it. It definitely would be worth it to pay that extra little bit of money if you can afford it to jump into a Model S, because it's got air suspension. It's going to ride much better. And I think it also looks the best. Maybe not as good as the Model 3 Performance, but it does look really good. And it is a heavier ride and more spacious ride at the end of the day. But taking a look here, this seems to be the bigger discounts. It's going to be all-wheel drive Model S long ranges. Let's flip on to Model S Plaid to see if we can see some nice, juicy discounts as well. And yes, we can. Take a look at this Model S Plaid, the cheapest one that is actually out there. $91,490 is the MSRP, and a sales price of $83,940. That is a $7,550 discount for a Model S Plaid. So if you're in the market for Model S or Model X, this might be maybe right now, or maybe even waiting just a little bit. If these vehicles start to sit, then Tesla is going to be looking to try and incentivize them to clear them out of inventory. And that's why we're seeing some massive inventory spikes for Model S and Model X, the blue line and the purple line, because what is going on right now. And so Model S and Model X are starting to sit. And where it gets the most interesting is getting to the Model X. This is where we're going to see some of the biggest discounts that are out there. So the one on the right here, $86,490 minus the sales price of $79,320. That is a $7,170 discount. Taking a look at some of the other ones, we can see some other bigger discounts potentially that are all around. But Model X is going through the same, not issue, but going through the same cycle as the Model S that we just saw on the previous page before. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Some discounts here. I mean, this is going to be the biggest discount that we can see right here. This Model X, it does have 5,185 miles on it. So these tires, they're not shot, but they definitely will probably need to be swapped out for a brand new set of tires in the near future if you buy this vehicle. But this vehicle right here, $85,990 as the MSRP price minus the sale price of $77,090. That is a $8,900 discount on this white Tesla Model X that's got 22-inch rims, 5-seat tow package, and of course, black interior. And so certainly, unfortunately though, you might be wondering, like, since these Model X's are below that $80,000 threshold, do these qualify for that $7,500 federal tax credit? And unfortunately, they do not. The MSRP has to be under that $80,000 threshold for it to qualify for that $7,500 federal tax credit. So even though these sales prices are under $80,000, they do not qualify for that $7,500 federal tax credit. But these are where you're going to see the biggest discounts on Model S and Model X respectively. So if you're in the market for one of these, it might be the time to try and jump onto these, especially if Tesla flips the demand lever for interest rate or lower interest rate financing in the near future. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. Before we get into our next topic, I've been trying to save money lately, and that's why we talk about this channel, trying to get the best deal on a Tesla. And I've been looking at our subscriptions like YouTube Premium, Netflix, trying to figure out how I could save some money every single month. And cutting expenses, it's kind of hard. We've been trying to rack our brain together and figure out how. That's why I'm so intrigued with our channel partner, Mint Mobile. They offer premium wireless starting at $15 a month. And I can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, and I can even bring my own phone along with my current number and existing contracts. I'm sacrificing nothing. I've used Mint Mobile a ton, and I switched my second line to Mint Mobile, and I've been using it to watch YouTube and play podcasts on our daily commute and haven't noticed any drop in speed. And I can't tell the difference. So how hard is it to switch service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's actually hard, but it's not at all. Switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. So if you want to save little money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked down below in the description, to get premium wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint for partnering, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. JT, thanks for coming in. Tom, thanks for coming in. Eben, Vinsanity, and Eben, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. We'll get to all your live stream comments after this next topic. Oh, actually, we've got a giveaway running on the channel. So if you're interested in winning this Tesla refrigerator for your Tesla Model Y, hit that pinned linked on the live stream chat so you can jump in, free to enter. Multiple entries are allowed, and the giveaway ends this coming Sunday. So you've got like 3 to 4 days left on it. In this next topic, there is one single tip. If you're looking to save your Tesla battery, not have it degrade too much, maybe even as low as a 5% degradation over the course of a few hundred miles, then there's one tip that you have to do to follow so that your battery does not degrade too much. Let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Andy Sly and also Inside EVs for writing this article. This Tesla Model 3 has only dropped down to 95% battery capacity after 135,000 miles. Here's the one tip that Andy Sly actually added for his 5-year-old Tesla Model 3. All right, so I guess 2 simple tips. The first one, taking a look at it. I mean, definitely go check out that video if you're interested in taking a look. But reading through this, it was pretty interesting because he's got a long-range EV for the Tesla Model 3. It's also got a NCA battery type, or nickel, cobalt, aluminum. And the one thing he did was that he did not use any of the supercharger miles that he actually has. He only charged at home level 1 or level 2. And number 2 is that he only set his charge, I guess the whole life, up to 80% state of charge maximum. I mean, yes, the Tesla used to recommend only charge to 90%, but only as of 6 months or a year ago, they started recommended only charging it to 80%. And so certainly if you want to have longevity, you don't want too much degradation, maybe you can take a look into charging at only 80%. But the one gripe I have with this is when you start to decrease how much battery you're going to be using on a daily basis, if you're anybody that drives over 50, 100, or even 200 miles a day, yes, there's people out there, then that's going to really impact your experience with a Tesla vehicle. So yes, charging it to 80% might be what is best for the battery, but I still do charge up to 90% whenever I can, maybe even 100% on road trips when I get out there. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. But of course, I have a different perspective on Tesla vehicles or EV vehicles. I'm of the mindset, buy it, drive it for 3 to 5 years and get onto the new one. Of course, Andy Sly is a different mindset where he probably wants to keep his Tesla vehicle as long as possible. I'm kind of in a different mindset that Teslas are kind of like iPhones, and in 3 to 5 years, they're going to change a lot, just like any EV, and the technology is going to increase at a rapid pace. But if you're brand new to Tesla vehicles, and if you are brand new to Model 3 performance vehicles, then here's another interesting tidbit that you might not have discovered yet. But depending on your state of charge, your Model 3 performance will have higher or lower speeds from 0 to 60. So this is an interesting one because the Model 3 performance just came out. And shout out to Nick and Drag Hub for posting this. But at certain state of charge, whether it's all the way up to 90% down to 5%, your 0 to 60 times will be changed differently. So at 90% or almost 100%, the 0 to 60 was 2.98 seconds. You can see as the battery decreased, I guess maybe they did it over and over and over, all the way down to 5%. The 0 to 60 got worse by almost a second, up to 3.93 seconds. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So I guess if you are at a low state of battery charge, don't be flooring it because you're not going to be able to get the fast or as fast enough speeds. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But if you're just joining in, welcome. There has been some Tesla inventory updates. Model S and Model X are starting to spike like crazy, and we're starting to see some big discounts on Model S and Model X, all the way up to $8,900 off. So if you're interested in a Model S or Model X, it might be the time soon to try and to get into one. JT, thanks for coming in. I placed an order for the Tesla Plaid, got impatient. Watch as soon as I take delivery, they come out with some crazy deal price cut. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think they're going to make some moves by the end of this week with some sort of incentives. If they do come out with a Model S discount, do you think there'll also be for the Plaid? Yeah, I think it's going to be blanket for all of them. And I think it's going to be like an interest rate offer, like 3.99 or 4.99 for Model S or Model X. They can't do too crazy because it's such a big loan and it might cost them too much money. And so I bet it's going to be like a 3.99 or 4.99 offer for Model S or Model X. Tom just had a phone call about an hour ago with a Tesla advisor. Was told that starting 6/13, they're going to offer existing Model Y orders from May either free paint or induction wheel. Upgraded to take immediate delivery. I ordered the Ultra Red, so I can't get the paint, but I was offered the wheel upgrade today. Oh, interesting. So that's tomorrow. Do you have like a screenshot of that? I'd love to highlight that because that's big actually. And that makes sense because we've heard of incentives like that in the past. It's called like option credit to try and get people to take delivery ASAP because there's inventory out there. And so certainly it might be worth it to switch. eBay, and I was planning on purchasing a used Tesla, but I might do two weights. 2021 Model Y rear-wheel drive for $25,300. Well, $25,300, that's close to that $25,000 threshold. So I would try to get it under that so you can get that $4,000 used EV tax credit. So own an ICE car for road trips? No, not necessarily at all. We have a Tesla Model X and a Cybertruck, and we do not have any gas cars for road trips. And we've done plenty of road trips all the way from California to Vegas, Bay Area to Vegas. We've done it all over, even all the way to Arizona. Edwin, he did a battery health test and it was at 7%. Not sure how that compares to battery degradation. Oh, interesting. Nice. Thanks for the insight there on that. Been monitoring the Model X this month. Nice, the Squadeshians. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Model X and Model S seems to definitely be getting some sort of incentive in the near future. Water break. In this next topic, there is a loophole. If you're looking to get a $7,500 federal tax credit for the Rivian R1, there's actually a loophole so that you can get it pretty easily. It's been known for a bit for a lot of other ones, but just want to make this quick video so that in case you're wondering, it is actually possible if you follow these steps. It's actually possible for any electric vehicle that qualifies for the $7,500 on a lease. You can actually buy it out. Let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And this actually qualifies for people that don't qualify for the $7,500 as well. It doesn't qualify for Tesla though, because Tesla does not allow lease buyouts. But shout out to Chris for posting this. You can take the $7,500 tax credit on a Rivian lease and buy out the lease at any time. The credit is applied to lease regardless of income, model, or price. It's a loophole to get the tax credit. And so, yes, you can purchase your leased Rivian at any time to get that full $7,500 tax credit discount. But before we get all excited about this, there's a couple of things you need to be aware about. When you lease a Rivian or when you lease any electric vehicle, there's lease fees on top of that. There's an acquisition fee that's more commonly known. That's like $700 to $800 that's tacked on top of that. There's no way to get around that. In terms of lease buyout fees, there's usually none, but you never know with certain banks like Rivian Financial Services or other ones. I haven't seen any, but you also want to ask them when you're leasing it, is there some sort of fees to do the paperwork or buy out the lease at the end of the day? But yes, it is possible because on a lease is just a different way of financing a vehicle. So you do have a payoff at the full time and you can buy it out at whenever you want to try and get that harvest, that $7,500 federal tax credit. But most likely you want to do it earlier than later if you're interested in getting that vehicle. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to jump into the next topic. Yoko, thanks for coming in. Haven't seen you in a bit. Thank you for dropping by. Tom, no screenshot. It was a phone call. Oh, okay. So maybe they're probably going to announce that. Actually, they usually don't announce that. They kind of just leave it incognito. So we'll probably get a screenshot with like a text message from someone regarding that option credit offer for Tesla. So they'll probably be coming out maybe tomorrow. Someone will probably post it somewhere and we'll be able to find it. In this next topic, there's a brand new product from Tesla. You can now get a Model Y mattress, air mattress with a pump for $225. And on top of that, there's also a new product for a brand new Model 3 Highlands if you're looking to add some, I guess maybe performance to your Model 3 non-performance vehicle. Let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Saria for posting this. Tesla has introduced a Model Y air mattress for $225. If you've been following Tesla, you already know that there's plenty of accessories that already mimic this, but now we've got a Tesla branded one that comes with an air pump and actually looks really nice because it fits very nicely within the interior of the rear seats. But unfortunately, it's already sold out. It seems like $225 was a great price. Let us know, is $225 a good price for this? I mean, yes, it seems like a cool idea to sleep in the back of your Model Y, but I guess maybe this is not something for me, and maybe it's for more people that do a lot of road trips and camping and want to sleep in the wilderness out there. On top of that, there's a brand new product for Model 3 Highland. If you are interested in a carbon fiber spoiler for your Tesla Model 3 that isn't a performance vehicle, you can now buy it for $500 from the Tesla shop, and of course it will fit on your Model 3 rear-wheel drive or your Model 3 long range. What's interesting here is they've actually changed the design of this versus the older version. The bottom one below is the older Model 3 and the top one is the brand new one. You can see we've got like a little bit of an edge right here, and it also seems like different carbon fiber as well. It actually looks really sleek for the Model 3 performance. And on top of that, it's also increased $100 from the last version, from $400 to $500 from the 2017 to 23 versus the Highland one that is out there. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff on this. Let us know if are you purchasing or trying to purchase one of these products from the Tesla shop. And also there's aftermarket products for these as well. So definitely check out the discount codes for all the different Tesla accessory companies that also sell versions of these as well. Jawa, Tesbros, Vion, and MAGBAK, all discount codes down below in the description. But we're going to jump into the next topic. See what we got. Edwin, I watched other folks doing the health test and some show 88 at 60, 86 and 83 at 103. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're charging, and that makes sense. Yoko, excited to see what deals they got in store for us in the next 2 weeks. Would be nice to see a color option deal. Yeah, I could see that, like free color in the near future. JT, if they do come out with a discount for the Model S, is there a way I can cancel my order and reorder the same car that's supposed to come in the 25th so I don't have to wait longer and keep the same spec? If you haven't gotten a VIN, then really there's no car that has been slotted for you. You can always just try and switch, or even switch to an inventory vehicle and get whatever deal that's out there. If the price goes down, you can lock in that. But if it's an inventory discount like the ones on the screen with this fantastic $8,900 discount, you have to call them or ask your rep to switch to the vehicle out there. JT, I know I will lose my $200 deposit, but I don't want to wait any longer than I do. Yeah, I get it for sure in terms of inventory and trying to get a vehicle ASAP. CY, ordered my Model Y long range 1.9972 in May. They just bumped my delivery past 30 days to mid-July. Will the loan expire or will they honor it? The loan application will expire, but from what they've put, they will still honor the 1.99. You just might have to reapply for the application and everything. Brian, I got my Model Y 0.99. Nice. Congrats for you. David, any deals on the Rivian R2? No, that's way too early. I mean, there's a deal right now. Just reserve one for $100. Easy clap. Model Y long range or Rivian 2? Great question. We got to wait until the Rivian 2 comes out, but I imagine it's going to be the same size, which I guess we'll see, because by that time there will be a brand new Model Y, most likely for a refresh, and so then we've got to compare that, the Rivian R2 versus the refresh out there. So it's gonna be a while before that comes out. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Definitely check out the giveaway on the channel if you're interested in winning this portable car refrigerator for your Tesla Model Y, sponsored by Cheryl Industrial. And we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.